clip them.
Oh, his nails.
Mm-hmm. Good evening, everyone. People come in the room here. Julie Grove, how you doing? Just waiting for a couple people get in the room here, and we'll go on with explaining where we are and how we got here, and everything in between. But I will say this: that Indian ceremony was absolutely incredible, and I got to take a hot shower today. Oh man, but it didn't come without getting rained on first. What's going on? We're about to get to it. Let a couple people get in the room here, and we'll get moving on. We're in Ruidoso. Is that correct?
Ruidoso Downs.
Ruidoso Downs in the mountains in New Mexico. Just got caught in one hell of a storm. What'd you say?
Worst I've seen in a long time.
Man, I'm telling you, it came down and it like circled around us. It didn't give us a break. So we found a pretty cool place to pull in and get underneath some shelter. And we took heed there for about, what, hour and a half, 2 hours?
It was at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
At least.
And, man, I'm telling you, it just poured rain on us like you wouldn't believe. Brian, how you doing, man? So we're in Ruidoso Downs, New Mexico. We're up here. They call this the Mountains of the Gods, right?
The inn. That's the Inn of the Mountain Gods on the reservation.
Yeah.
Mescalero Reservation.
So anyway, that's where we are. I met this fella at a gas station. Let me wipe your eyes. Looks like it's a little blurry. There we go. I met this fella. His name is Don. I met him at a gas station. Come out and we started bullshitting about the bikes, and one thing led to another. And well, he donated $20 to me, and I got some gas and a little bit of food and what have you. And I hung out down there on the reservation. Now, that reservation, that ceremony was mind-blowing. And I've been to a lot of ceremonies on a lot of reservations, but I've never seen anything like that Apache ceremony ever in my life. It was absolutely incredible. They're saying, hello, Don.
Hey, hello.
So Don lives down here in Ruidoso Downs in a camper, keeping it nice and easy for himself. And so he helped me out. And then he told me to get a hold of him when I go to leave there, maybe help me find somewhere to go and camp. And well, he did better than that. He put me right behind his camper. I'm right out there in the grassy area behind his camper. And been feeding me. And we're just getting along like two old buddies. What'd you say?
Yep.
Hell, we went out for a ride today, and we both thought it was going to be a great day for a ride. Started out, felt like I was running on one cylinder all the way to the gas station, pulled in, with the elevation I'm at, it's running so rich it fouled the plugs. So, and I carry an extra set of clean plugs with me. They're used, but they're a good set of clean plugs. We swapped them out. The bike took off like it was brand new again, and off we went. What a ride. We went to a place, what is it called? Lincoln, New Mexico. And you know the story better than I do.
Yeah, that's the last escape from Billy the Kid when he shot a sheriff's deputy and escaped, and Pat Garrett chased him, I don't know, for quite a while, and then supposedly killed and married him. But that may not be the whole story.
So that might not be the whole story, because another guy in Texas, right?
Yep, Brushy Bill.
What is his name?
Brushy Bill.
Brushy Bill. If you all know the story about Brushy Bill, he came out. I think he was in his late 70s or early 80s.
Yep.
But he was dying.
Yep.
And he wrote a letter to the federal government?
To the governor.
Yeah, to the governor, and told him the story that he was Billy the Kid, and he wanted to be pardoned before he died, and everybody blew it off. We're in here, and he's going to be gone. And just like that, he's gone. Anyway, we're not dealing with clowns. So yeah, so that's the story there. That's what we did. But so we took a ride down there to check it out, and we've seen some other really cool sights. But we were in the middle of the rain, and it wasn't going well for us. We kind of got wet. We took shelter, and man, I got back here, warmed up, and took one hell of a long, hot shower. It's been a while since I had one of them. I guess, yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, well, so that's what happened there. Yeah, just a troll. Skinny, what's happening, brother? I'd just make Brian a moderator for the damn channel. Anyway, now listen. Thank you for your time, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your views. Anyway, that's what we did today. But there's so much to see back there in those mountains. And I think we'll get a pretty nice day. Maybe tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll check the weather, see what's happening.
But I'm going to do an upload of what I got when I first came into the mountains and the beginning of coming into that reservation, and then here today. I'm going to upload that as my daily upload, and we're going to get that back on the ball. But there's some really cool places. What's that fort?
Sumter.
Fort Sumter. So that's just back here in the hills a little ways, in the mountains. There's just all kinds of shit back there you would not believe as far as history goes. It's absolutely incredible to see. We're going to go back to it. The rain canceled out everything that we had planned. And so here we are. We just adjust to move on. There's Teddy. Teddy. You can say hi to everybody. To the bone. But so anyway, the Indian reservation, and it's the Muscalero Apache reservation. It's like a sister tribe, right?
I don't know. According to them, they're the only Apache.
So yeah, but so the the known Apaches are Indians in which move according to the weather and the food, and the Muscaleros never moved, and it's kind of why they call themselves the original Apache. But they never moved. They never left these mountaintops
Right.
because everything was here that they needed: the food, the water, the land. Everything is perfect up here
Well,
for what they need.
supposedly the Sierra Blanca that's on the reservation is the birthplace of the Apache. That's where their creator came out and created them.
There you have it. Yeah. So the Apaches, in all the wars with the Americas at the time, going after the Indians, the Apache never laid down their sides. They fought to the very end. They fought until they were starved out, and so they retained all this land. They were probably considered one of the most heroic Indian tribe in the United States as far as Indians go. And that's just claims. I I don't know. I wasn't there, just the same as you don't know you weren't there. This is the things that I was told, the things that I've read, the history of it. But the Apaches were one mean son of a bunch, if you know what I mean. They were not going to give up, come hell or high water. Big Dan. But there's so much out there that you can read about it. And as I go around and visit these sites while I'm here waiting to do this rally, we're going to learn a lot more about it. We're going to get involved. I wanted to do interviews and stuff up there on the reservation, but because it was a ceremony and it was sacred ground at the time with everything going on, there was no videotape, no pictures, except for those that were accepted by the tribe that I published for you guys to see in my post. And that's all I have. I have nothing else. But an awesome memory of how it works, what goes on, and how true they keep to themselves. They won't let family members, brothers, sisters, children, they will not let their language slide. They even force them to know the language fluently before they can graduate high school. It's absolutely incredible. The place I was unbelievable. I seen black bear on the way there. I heard elk. As a matter of fact, I heard elk last night.
Last night, yeah.
It sounded like they were just across the river here,
Yep.
up on that hillside.
Probably out in that meadow.
Yeah. It was absolutely unbelievable, man. Hearing the elk, and it was off and on all night long.
Right. Yeah, it's almost breeding season.
And it's an unbelievable area that we're in. This place has taken on one hell of a flood, two major floods. Which you say, one was in the spring, or one was in the fall,
Yep.
and then one was in the spring.
Got two in the spring already.
Oh, two in the spring. And we're going to take you downtown and let you guys see what this flood did to this little tiny town.
You saw that when we came.
It is
Bridge when we went in?
unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, down by the river.
I mean, it just wiped out everything. This river, on a normal day, is about the size of a stream.
Right.
But it doesn't take long for it to spread a couple hundred yards wide. in a hurry, and it wiped out a lot of what's going on downtown. But they're still thriving. Everybody's working, trying to stay busy, and if all else fails, I'll be there to work. But did Bear ever come up to Don's house? Have you ever seen Bear come up around here?
I didn't actually see a bear here, but just a month ago, right in front of my T-bird, there was a big pile of bear shit. Just a month ago. Yeah, I've seen them up in the mountain. I've had confrontations with them up on the mountain, up at Ski Apache when I worked there. They used to be all over. In town, we've had trouble with them. Bear are everywhere.
It's just loaded with bear here. I'm telling you. Yeah, I believe so too, Skinny. I believe that's where all that scalping, that's Apache. And not that it's just Apache. So I know this from the history of hanging out down in Mexico with the indigenous Indians down there, the Mayas, the Aztec, the Inca. They all came up in this area. They were close friends with the Apache and other Indian tribes. But if you do any investigation, you'll see that the Mayas and the Incas and the Aztecs ran all the way up and through California at one time. Yeah, right on. Right on. I think they're a brown bear.
Yep.
That are in California. And down here, they're what? They're black bear and brown bear?
Black bear.
Yeah, it's all black bear down here. I've seen two of them. I've seen a fairly large one that was not far off the road, and I've seen a smaller one. And I say small, like 200 pounds. And a larger one, 350. I think that's about as big as they get, right?
Yeah,
about 350 pounds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was incredible. I've seen them on my way into the mountain. It happens so fast, it's hard to get a camera on them all the time. But just off to the side of the road. I haven't laid my eyes on any elk, but I've heard plenty of elk since I've been up in this mountain range. Unbelievable amounts. The ceremony that I attended was a ceremony of the girls entering womanhood. And I've just never seen anything like it. I mean, they go on all night long. All night. 3 nights in a row. All night long. The food was absolutely incredible. The people were so welcoming. The hospitality was absolutely impeccable. Every time I end up on these reservations, it's normally only by invite. And as much as people talk bad about them, they've always treated me so well. And the thing about it is the Indian population in the United States, so much like the inner cities, are going through such a battle with drugs. It's absolutely incredible what's happening to them. And they're fighting tooth and nail amongst themselves to get it straightened out. Oh, okay. Right on. Some black bear up there. Right on. But yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Look at this guy. He is tired. He's been up running around all morning. I'm back on the ball, y'all. Just going to get back to the daily vlog. And we're going to be doing the live shows at night here. I'm going to try and keep it to around 5 o'clock. That puts some different restraints on me because I like to get it to you guys in the East Coast around 7. I don't want to go too much later than that, other than today, the incident with the rainstorm. But I hope everything works out for everybody. If it isn't working, let me know. I mean, you can always watch. You can tell me in the comments what you think about it, how you think I'm doing with the setup that I got running. I appreciate it. Any information is good information. I don't mind taking a little bit of criticism to make myself better, but I ain't going to take stupidity. At what age do they consider that? Is that 18 or 16 or something?
Yeah, I think it's like 15, 16.
Yeah, I think it's like 15, 16 years old. They're like 15 or 16 years old when they go through that ceremony. But I'm telling you, they were dancing in those tents, in teepees, the girls, all night, every night that we were there. And then the last night, they go for a hell of a long run. They run down through these fields, through these pastures, and up across the road. I don't even know how long the run was, but it was long. And I think it was all men. No, there was women. And women and men, just the younger crowd were chasing after her, but she was always in the front, leading the way. So I've never seen a ceremony so much like it in other tribes that I have visited. And a lot of people think that the Cherokee are the most, they are the most commercial at this point, but they tend to find the Cherokee are dressed in garb all the time. And it's like they do that for publicity. I don't know. I can tell you this. I know some Cherokee, and that is, you'll see it a lot downtown in Cherokee, in the Carolinas, but it out on the res, not so much. It's not like that. Here, it's not so much like that. But the respect that they have for their history here is absolutely astonishing. I mean, they force everyone to know the Apache language. You got to know it before you can graduate high school. They speak it in the house. They even had an elder folk was explaining things to me, translating from Apache into English. So I had some kind of idea about what was going on. Look at me, I'm all cleaned up, took a nice long bath. Oh, man. You go on a date, possibly with a pig. Oh, my. So there you have it. That's what we got for you, man. What do you guys want to know? Hit me up. Let me know what you want to know. We're sitting here enjoying some time. He's cooking a meal. What you got going cooking there? I'm telling you, this guy is a true bachelor. I believe if he had the power in himself, he'd probably be trailing behind me.
I would. Yeah, if I didn't have a bad back, I'd definitely love to do that. We're having chicken Alfredo tonight. Kind of sort of homemade. Something of my own creation.
That's right. That's what it's all about. He'll tell you, he is wore out. He's been running around all morning playing with cats. And then we spent all afternoon running around. Just absolutely incredible day for me and for Teddy. People, this is what I'm telling you. It happens to me all the time. I go to a gas station, and that's how we met, right?
Yep.
We met at a gas station. And I could probably tell you this exact story time after time after time after time. Because it's like a gas station. In the in my earlier times before I did YouTube and stuff, I used to find the same kind of thing, but not the same hospitality. A different hospitality, a different way of life, jumping from biker bar to biker bar. And it could have put a halt to my whole life. But I got myself out of that and moved on. And but this gas station thing has taken over my life. It seems like if I can just make it to a gas station, somebody will see that bike and they'll see history, they'll see travel, and everybody wants to know what's going on. It always leads me to something spectacular in the way of help or showing me something or allowing me to stay somewhere or showing me where to stay. But this guy here, has been absolutely phenomenal. He's been a hell of a host. I couldn't ask for a better situation as I wait for the rally to come in. So the name of the rally is the Royal.
It's the Golden Aspicade.
Yeah, the Golden Aspen. Golden Aspen Rally. It's at the Apache Casino and in the city or the town of Ruidoso. And I'll be working there. That's this coming weekend. If you're in the area, come on by, stop in and say hi. I'll be working for Royal Highway Patch. Right on. Teddy is enjoying the comforts of home. Right on. Yeah, Teddy is. I have a close friend that lives in Raleigh, North Carolina, and she is half Apache, half Cherokee. Yeah, and that is so true. Because what happened is, and you'll see a lot of intermix in tribes because what they did was they moved the Indians from the east and pushed them out here into no man's land. And you'll see where tribes intermingled. And you see a lot of Apache breeding into other tribes all through the Midwest. A lot of it. Because they lost everything. They lost everything they had. That's right. Yeah. My hosts, the people I meet along the way, 99.99% of them become tremendous friends of mine. Always available when I come back through a town. Always waiting to hear the new story. It's absolutely incredible. And for as much as they're waiting to hear the stories on me, it's like I'm waiting to hear what they've done. And it's just mind blowing. It's mind blowing. Sometimes it's every year I come through an area, and other times it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years later. And the stories are just absolutely incredible. Right, right. And some of the Cherokees, they fought incredibly hard to hide their language. Because if you do a little bit of history looking, the it was a church, wasn't it? It was the Mormons, I believe, which gathered up all the Apache kids, and they weren't allowed.
It's Catholics.
Big shout out.
Catholic.
You think it was Catholics?
It was. Yeah.
But they
Like I was saying, I heard that story from Geronimo's great granddaughter, who I used to date, and they used to beat the kids when they spoke Apache because they wanted them to speak only English.
Yeah, they wanted them to forget all about their past, cut their hair, make them look right, according to them. And I'll tell you a little story. I met a fellow, and he wasn't Apache. He was what's the ones up north here?
Navajo.
The Navajo, and he was so against any Indian that would cut their hair. Because that's what the Mormons made them do. That's what the Catholics made them do. That's what the Christians made them do. They made them cut their hair. They weren't allowed to look that Apache way or that Indian way, Native American way. They wanted to erase the visibility of it completely, as if history completely disappeared. And that was one of the ways. Remove the language, remove the look.
I had for me a job, and the job was all set. And just as I'm walking out the door, because I'm part
right on, Brian.
Oto, Native American myself, and just as I'm walking out the door, the guy says, "Oh, by the way, you wouldn't mind cutting your hair, would you?" And I'm like, Native Americans don't cut their hair. And that's an insult to our race, and fuck your job.
Right there you go. Still refer to the spot. Right on, man. Lone Wolves on Wheels had became a very good, very close friend of mine. Meeting through the internet, off of YouTube, and brought me to his place and allowed me to camp there. I think I was there 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. You just shed. Right on. Joey says, good for you, Don.
I tell you, man, people are so narrow.
Oh, yeah.
I had a job in Michigan where I traveled all over the state working on industrial compressors. And my supervisor, 6'4", 250 pounds, he was the coolest dude. And the owner wanted me to cut my hair. And the supervisor said, "You hired him with long hair. You can't make him cut his hair." And then it wasn't a week later. Customer calls in, says, "I don't remember the guy's name, but he's a hell of a technician. It was the guy with the long hair. Send him." And then he never said another word after that about that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool as ever. Come on, guys. What do you want to know? You can ask me anything you want. There is, like I said, I do have a video to upload tonight. I don't know how much content I have on it. I took some content today. I think you're gonna like it. It's from where Billy the Kid was. But there's so much more we're gonna check out. Anyway, we're at the Ruidoso Downs area in New Mexico. Poor Teddy, he is absolutely wore out. Ain't you, Teddy?
He was shivering there when it started getting nasty.
Man, I'm telling you, we were cold, we were wet. We were high up in the mountains, about how high? 9,000 feet?
Oh, probably six and a half. 7,000
feet. And when that storm came, it was beautiful, warm. But as soon as that storm come on, boy, it got cold quick. And the storm was absolutely incredible. Man, that thing came on hot and heavy.
Yeah. Hail.
Hail,
Heavy.
blowing sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, even the cement platform we were on started flooding. It was crazy.
Right on, Joey. Have a good evening. The food, you couldn't beat the food. Everything that they served, they either slaughtered or grew themselves. All the animal, all the meat came from the reservation. Right on. I don't do the sewing. There is a seamstress on site. If you buy the patch, I can guarantee you she would be happy to sew it on. Now, there is a fee to it, but she is a professional seamstress and she has all the equipment on site. Yeah, fry bread, incredible.
Oh, man.
Absolutely incredible.
Love bread.
We had so much of it. I couldn't put it down. But the beef, the pork, the chicken, it all comes from their animals. All the vegetables come from there. Everything was from them. That food, and so much food. If you walked away hungry, you had a problem.
That's right.
You had a problem. They feed you good, don't they?
Yes, they do.
This guy's been invited to some ceremonies. He knows all about it. I'm telling you, there was more food there than you could shake a stick at. Did it gain any weight? I probably gained a couple pounds, but it's not noticeable. I'm generally thin to begin with. I think my weight sticks right around 165 pounds. I'm right on the mark according to the scale. But I've been wearing size 34 pants just about all my life. I don't very much. Yeah. This patch place, this Royal Highway Patch Company, they have thousands. I mean, absolutely thousands of patches. Incredible amounts. Everywhere you look, boxes full, trays full, tables full. It's incredible how much she totes around. But you can get any patch area you want. Any state, just about any kind of rocker, any face patch. When I say face patch, it's the center patch of your back. Anything like that. Everything is available. Military patches, name patches, everything you can think of. Good lady, treated me well in Four Corners. And she treated me so well, that's what brought me down here. The work that she offered me, plus her attitude, just a good person, as far as I know. You know what I mean? I've known her for maybe a week and a half. So it's going to be interesting how this all gets set up down here. Once again, we are in the Ruidoso area in What is this mountain range actually called?
This is the Sierras.
In the Sierra Mountain Range, the lower Sierra Mountain Range
This is the
of New Mexico.
This is the where the Rockies actually start.
Right. This is the start of the Rockies. Yeah, because it goes up. This actually starts in Panama.
Well, no,
It works its way up. It drops out into a desert, and then it starts here to form again.
It's right outside of.
So there's two paths of it.
Yeah, it's broken because it breaks a little bit on the way up to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
But right there at Weed, uh, outside Alamogordo, is where it actually is mountains. So it's a different.
Right on, Janice. You have a good evening.
Weather is definitely different here.
Yeah, this weather up here is absolutely. It changes like my life constantly. It can be looking really good out, nice and warm, and then pick. We're into cold weather, raining, hail. Just get nasty in a hurry because you can't see around the mountain. And the thing about a storm when it comes into a mountain range, it splits, it comes back together, and really when it comes back together like that, you're looking for trouble. That's when it gets really bad. But they run through the valleys, and they'll meet each other along the way. Right. Yeah, you live in the Sierra Nevadas. And I think this is called the Central Sierra. And then there's the Sierra Run, is what the Mexicans call the Pacifica mountain range. It really gets confusing.
Yeah.
How it comes up out of Mexico and starts to split. Because there's three main mountain ranges in Mexico. There's the Pacifica, the Central, and the I think it's called the Coast, the Costal. And that all breaks up and comes up into Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, California. And it's just wild how it splits all apart. Sitting here drinking a hot cup of, well, it's probably warm, but whew, we were cold when we got back.
Damn, it was cold.
We were shivering. I was shivering like crazy. Don't take me long to get cold. It dropped below 75, and I'm starting to put the layers on. How about it? Didn't take me a minute, did it?
No.
I pulled over, man, and I just started putting layers on. I try not to leave without layers available, especially when I'm in the mountains. Yes. Yes, I've been in the Sierra Nevadas. All through it. All up and down it, hiked in it, walked in it, rode in it, everywhere. I'm telling you, from what do they call that? From the pine forest in Oregon all the way down through. Now I can't think of the name of that pine forest. Anyway, just above the redwoods. Been all down through it. Love every minute of it. You'll be going up through Humboldt and Weed. And if you get the chance to get off the trail and head west to the coast while you're up there, you'll get into a place called Crescent City. Really nice town. Really nice places up there. Yeah. Northern California, Western California, absolutely beautiful country. I'm not big on the coastal cities. It's beautiful coming down the coastline till you hit LA. And generally, that's when I pull away. LA, San Francisco, all that, I try to go around it. Yeah, Unity Mule. I remember you saying it before.
Oops. A little messy.
What else we got going on, guys? Shoot, I'm tired. I'm burnt out. The last couple of days have been pretty busy. I didn't want to miss most of what was going on the reservation. And a lot of what happens up there starts about 6 o'clock in the evening, right?
Yeah.
And runs until about 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Every night. It's like a flip flop of your life. So I was trying to keep control over it, and I walked away from there with very little sleep, packed myself up, and made my way down here, hung out with him. We ended up letting me stay here, and I didn't mess around, did I?
Nope.
I got something to eat, and I was quick to bed.
Yep.
'Cause I'm telling you, I was out. All right, well, there it is. My power's even down to 5%. Guys.
There.
Oh. There we go. We got some power. There we are. We're back on. But if there's not much more, Applegate. I've heard of that. I've heard of that. That is right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Applegate is a tiny town in the valley just off of the PCT. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I think you could get off the PCT and go down off the mountain and come into Applegate. I'm pretty sure. I can remember coming down off the mountain and going down into Applegate. There was a small brewery there. An ice cream place where I camped. They had showers behind the ice cream parlor. Is that correct there, Unity Mule? Yeah. I believe we're talking about, I believe I'm telling you the exact spot. Come off the PCT. Yeah, because it's right there. It's right there at the Northern California, Southern Oregon area. day. Did we get a little bath? Did we get a little bath, buddy? Right on. Yeah, Sacramento. I'll tell you, the best place I like coming down the coastline in California is Fort Bragg. About 20 miles, 20, 30 miles north of there, a place called Blues Beat. I love that place. I love that place so much. It's peaceful. Generally, you can camp there with nobody else around. You can camp there at any time, right on the beach. You get to see the Pacific Ocean to the west, and to the east, the mountain range right on top of you. Well, guys, I'm going to call it quits for the night. We're going to get something in our gut. I got some video I got to work on, get it up there for you so you guys can check out some of the things I've seen. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you all. And we're Twisted Life. And we're on the go again. Thank you. Goodbye. Good night.